What's up, my family? Listen, first-time listener, or you've been here the whole damn time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, giddy up, let's go, no notes.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Slap.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah!
What the f*** are you talking about?
What it do, what it is birds of a feather back up in this. You already know what it is. This is as close as we're going to get to a pre-recorded show as we ever will do, because we're trying to get in and get out before first pitch. First ever Game 7 in Phillies history tonight. But before that, let's talk about the team who probably gave us the best performance that they have all season. And tonight, Birds of a Feather is brought to you by Alonzi Travel, specializing in creating a vacation of your dreams at Disney, Universal, wherever your heart calls to you. Let their talented team of travel experts create a custom vacation just for you. You got your boy OGP. We got Chucks over here. We got Jake down there. We got PY over here, down there, somewhere. I can't do it. Whatever it is. I'm pointing at myself. PY's here. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just, we're going to get a PY's 5 tonight. Still going to get that. We can't leave you without that. He's still going to have his time to shine. But tonight's kickoff statement is, drum roll, the performance against the Dolphins, the most impressive outing by Eagles defense in the Nick Sirianni era. Agree or disagree? Okay, so I'm going to go to Jake first today.
Most impressive. Wow. I'm going to say agree just because I can't remember a performance against the type of offense that they won against this past week. I mean, the Buffalo Bills kind of gave us the blueprint, right? How to beat the Miami Dolphins. But nonetheless, you still got to go out in the field and do it. But, yeah, they played really well. Eli Ricks showed a little something, which is nice to see from a rookie.
Your boy.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, you hold one of the top offense in the league just to, you erase the Jalen Hurts pick 6. You hold them to 10 points, the lowest point.
3 of which came on a short field anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, and you held them to what? Just 49 rushing yards? Yeah, so you have to agree. You have to agree. Great performance against a great offense, not taking anything away from what Miami is. They're a very good team. They just haven't beat some of the top teams yet, and it's still early. And I think this is really a building point for our defense. We played well the week before against the Jets, and we had a huge test this past week, and we shined. We absolutely shined. So I expect that to continue as the season goes on.
PY?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. We shut down the best and most explosive offense in football. An offense I predicted, by the way. Just throwing it out there. Hashtag believe in Tua.
Okay.
But yeah, like they gave up 10 points. Like they gave up 10 points to the number one offense. Like if you look at the last 3 weeks, they've given up around three touchdowns and like 180 yards a game. Like that's impressive. Also adding in the fact that like what you've been seeing, half your team has been out with injuries. You're having Eli Ricks of all people on Tyreek Hill. I just want to throw that out there. You have an undrafted free agent spending time on the most explosive human speedster known to man. If Reverse Flash was playing for the Dolphins, it's Tyreek Hill. And they shut him down.
Why Reverse Flash?
Why just not regular Flash?
Yeah, why not just Flash?
Because he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
Okay. I see what you did there. I got you. He said Tariq was a villain, so he has to be a villain Flash.
I don't know. Tyreek's awesome. So
I get it. Is he?
Tyreek's awesome as a football player? Yeah.
As a football player, yes.
But we don't want to see him go for a record night against us, and we
against us. No. I get what he's saying.
I think that's where PY is.
I get what he's saying. I just at first I'm like, why the necessary reverse part? Right. But I get it. That's fine.
I'll go next. I'll save Chucks for last. I ultimately agree to the poll because, like Jake said earlier, just in the last 3 seasons since Sirianni's been the head coach, he that we never faced a team on the schedule that came in with this lauded offense like this, right? So this was the first opportunity to where this offense was setting records. I think they were leading in rushing yards, receiving yards, like every offensive category, efficiency-wise, from a personal player, from an individual player to a team, we hadn't seen it, right? Like going against us. And then not only to shut them down somewhat, but even when you like what's more impressive is the short field. You hold them to 10 points, 7 of which came off of that one play, but even in that was a 3rd and 29, if I'm not mistaken, that they had to convert, that they converted right before the half. So you take that away, you take. I mean, it's hard to goose egg somebody, right? And I understand somebody's going to say Tariq dropped the second touchdown pass before the 4th and 3, then the missed face mask call. I get all that, but the problem, the reason is, and the success is, you had them in 3rd and long all night. They weren't successful on early downs. You didn't bite on the motion, where a lot of their play design comes out of motion. And really, their playbook isn't that expansive. They count for you to take the motion and just have man beaters. And then we did the way the communication was. We talked about this earlier in the season, boys, where the secondary was so young and the communication and handing things off wasn't there. Mm-hmm. This execution on this defense on the back end was truly, truly sound. It helped, yes, that their starting tackle, like I think 2/5 of their starting offensive line was out, maybe 3/5. So that definitely did play a part to it as well. But also, Tua just couldn't throw up the rainbow balls. And I think he's doing some of that. I think I heard somebody say, like, the fact that he doesn't want to get hit anymore because he knows that hit may ultimately be his last in his career. He doesn't want to. So he's on those anticipatory throws, and you just can't get there. What's up, Chiquita? What's up, Chris? What's up, Wills? Or what's up, Joe? Chris Coffin, Rob Gucas, Brian Dales. Everybody's in here tonight. It's because everybody's so amped. And you see Jake rocking one of the best uniforms of all time.
Powder blue
and the maroon. So, but I'm going to leave it short for there. I don't want to get too long-winded, but I definitely agree to the kickoff. I think it's a very easy agree. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Sir.
Thanks, Rob.
Are you muted?
Who, me?
No, Chuck.
Sorry.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, cool. I'll get to some of the comments. Daly says defense was really, really good against the insane Dolphins offense. Robert Gilchrist has agreed. Plus, you guys rock. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. What's your feeling on the new safety? We'll get to that in a second. Mm-hmm. Chris Kaufman glorified Deshaun Jackson. I don't know if you were taking that. I don't know if that's meant to be a shot at him.
He's a way better player than Deshaun.
Yeah, he's loads better. Joe Horikowski says, "Got to be honest, that was probably the first time I can remember the rest being on our side as an Eagles fan."
Yeah, right.
It feels as if it's less they were on our side. The Dolphins were just dumb and undisciplined.
For some of them, there were a few calls where we got away with it. So, Wilson said, "Agree. What's up, boys?" Chris doesn't say he agrees to the poll. Chiquita says, "What's up?" And Robert Gilchrist says Carter put one guy out on the first drive.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope he's okay. I hope he's
on IR too, that's the craziest.
Oh, Isaiah Wynn's on IR now?
Wow, that's crazy.
He blessed him in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
This guy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy though. I agree to the poll because I think it's pretty clear cut and dry. What is the saying that I've been harping on when it comes to evaluating coaches, especially coordinators and all of that. And I got it from Shokabadia, from The Ringer. You based on what they do with their talent. If they do more with less talent, then they're great. If they don't do much with the talent that they're given, then they're not good. They're not good. I think Desai over this season so far has been a coordinator who has done more with less. And we saw that. Like, we got Slay back, we got Carter back. That's great. But what was the thing that I kept telling you guys was my concern leading up to the game is, without Reed Blankenship and without Bradley Roby, that over the top and that slot is exposed. And I was really worried about that. But this Eagles defense showed up big time. Big time. You guys already mentioned Eli Ricks played very well in the slot. And then Terrell Edmonds had his – you're putting a box safety back deep, he's going to have his struggles. Like that's not his That's not what he does. So you kind of have to expect him to struggle. But it's not like, he was out there trying, but that's just not his role.
Right.
But Sidney not missing a beat, Sidney Brown, our guy. So like knowing that, the fact that the only real blemish from what I saw on the game was giving up that 3rd and 18 before the half. I thought that was the only real bad play by the defense. Everything else, like, it's kind of just like you're getting what you expect from the Dolphins. Like, they're going to get theirs. But there was no atrocious play from the defense outside of that play. So this is like so under Nick Sirianni, you've had Jonathan Gannon for 2 years and then Sean Desai. Like, Jonathan Gannon, I always said was like we've always defended, like me and you, Pete, especially. We defended Gannon, but in the end, we always said Gannon is just like an average coordinator. He's not horrible. He's like an average guy, because based on like what I just said, he always just got what you expect from the talent, but he never really elevated that the defense with less. Desai is doing that, and seeing what we were able to do to that potent offense. We give up 10 offensive points. That's insane.
You'd be happy if you gave up per quarter.
Yeah, and like Tyreek Hill only had 88 yards, and he's after the game. He said like, I have to be better moving forward, and he will be. Someone, I'm paraphrasing his quote, but like when you hold Tyreek Hill to under 100 yards, that's very, very impressive. Now, I will say it is a bit odd because I feel like, and I love Mike McDaniel. I think a lot of us do here. We appreciate Mike McDaniel. We love what he's done with the Dolphins. I think this is one of those cases where he outcoached himself, because you saw a lot of things that the Dolphins did outside of what they're normally doing. So it's like he was trying to zig too much when he should have just stuck to what they do. The first thing that you notice is Tyreek Hill wasn't used in motion a lot. Like, you didn't see a lot of.
I think it's 16%.
16%, yeah. So like that, and usually it's like 20-something%.
25.
So like, yeah. So like he wasn't used in motion a lot, and then their run schemes, they were trying to do a lot of stuff in the middle, which doesn't make sense because you have Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter in the middle.
You're running into
the wall.
The harder the defense.
Exactly. So like I don't know why he did that. When he was, in the third quarter, they were having success running to the outside. Like, I don't know why they didn't just do it in the first place. So it's one of those things where coaching definitely played a part, and that helped. But again, this defense was amazing. I loved what they did, and kudos to Sean Desai and everyone on that defense. And kudos for Terrell Edmonds too, because with you sucking, you were able to get traded away for Kevin Byard.
So he got burned so bad that he drifted all the way out to Tennessee.
Because he's not a depth safety; he's a box safety. That's so safety. Like that's what it is.
You know who is a box safety?
But no, so that leads you to perfect segue, right? To the one play, the offensive play to give it the touchdown. And then now you insert Kevin Byard. But before we continue, before we jump to that, I just want to listen. 6 games in a row now. AJ Brown over 125 yards. There's no other wide receiver. There's great wide receivers in this league, right? There's no one like him.
No.
That's and like you can say, okay, people have footwork or this, that, similar. All right, Jordan Addison, right? I could have sworn I was watching the young Stephon Diggs last night. Honest to God. That's what I felt like I was watching. So many comparable and relatable things, right? Compare like Justin Jefferson. I mean, you could kind of put he's just not as big and as physical. That's the thing with AJ. Hands, route running isn't the Christian, but it's so aggressive, but his physicality, especially in the second half, that response drive where ultimately he took in a slant and it's almost like that second touchdown that he did have, not the one that was called back when he went out, but his touchdown to go up, I think it was 24-17 at that point. If I'm not 24-17.
Yes, yeah, it was after the pick six,
right? After they tied the game.
Correct.
He caught the slant, held it out here, and it was just like people just falling off. I felt like that was like a father trying to keep away from his kids because they just couldn't get the ball. And that, if you go back and you watch it, but his physicality after he catches the ball, the way that he's able to garner yards and still, knock on wood, be healthy throughout these first 7 games, that he is a cheat code, right? Mm-hmm. Because there's no one like him. There's no one at the wide receiver position that could do what he does as physical as he is, right? But there's other tight ends that could probably be as physical, but they're not as fast as him, right? This dude is still running like 4.4 high, like low 4.4s, high 4.3s. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then Devontae to complement that, and I need to hold on to the ball. But I mean, I know we'll get to the Byard thing, but let's rip the cover off. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. We saw today, Jalen Hurts says that he did not get hurt in the game. My buddy, my pal.
Unless, see, that was the weird thing. Unless it was an injury that started.
Was it in the Jets game?
That's the other report.
I think it's from the Rams game where he tweaked his knee. That's where I think it's from.
So from 3 weeks ago.
Remember when was it that Rams game where he like kind of landed weird when he was running?
Yeah, remember his like one knee like buckled almost? Yeah, that's what I think it is.
That's what you can speculate. I think that's a fair speculation where that kind of started it and it's kind of just lingered.
Right.
So, I mean, I think the hit on his scramble against the Dolphins maybe aggravated it even more to where he had started to have a brace. Maybe that's the explanation. We don't know. But real quick, just to backtrack, real quick to what you were saying about AJ. Hey Jake, remember what we were talking about with AJ Brown? We were saying that he is the closest thing to Terrell Owens that we've seen. Mm-hmm. He's not, and I'm not going to say that he is Terrell Owens because hardly anyone ever is going to be.
He's not as fast as
he's not a he's not a generational guy like T.O. Like I don't want to, no disrespect, but in terms of like as close to what we've seen since T.O., I think it's AJ Brown because you have someone who's just physically imposing, but still runs like a running back, is crazy after the catch, can do everything down the field. I really think he's the closest thing to T.O. since T.O. So it's amazing what he's able to do, all over the field. I don't know what me and Jake talked about it when we were at Chrome's house for the Rams Eagles game. I don't know what PY and Pete, if you know what your thoughts are on that. PY, I know you're a big T.O. Apologist. So I know you probably don't like hearing that, but
no, I have no issue hearing it. Like, I understand AJ's phenomenal right now, but like, I just need people to understand that Terrell Owens played 20 games. He had 21 touchdowns and like almost 4,000 yards. Like he was ridiculous. Like as amazing as AJ is right now, and he's amazing. That's not T.O.
No,
he doesn't need to be though. Like he's AJ Brown. Like I don't need AJ Brown to be T.O. It'd be awesome,
right?
But I'm cool with AJ Brown because AJ Brown is giving me 125 yards a game right now. I think
you're missing the point though. I think that you're missing what we're saying. We're saying stylistically as a player in terms of strengths and style of play. We haven't seen it.
That's not an issue. I actually agree with the comparison. They're very similar. But I'm seeing a lot of people be like, "Oh, he's just better than T.O. was when he was in Philly," and I'm just like,
"No,
they're all prisoners of the moment. I don't know what to tell you."
Whoever says that, whoever says that, they're prisoners of the moment. Like you can't,
or they never watched T.O. play. They're like 18-year-olds.
Now, but his record, the streak that he's on, is only comparable to one other wide receiver, and then he has a chance this Sunday to break that record, and that's arguably to me, God, I can't. You know how I feel about this man.
Me and you both.
And that's he's starting to become Megatron-ish.
Esque, yeah.
He's Megatron-esque. He's not Megatron because that's
even
T.O. Listen, people, you can kill me all you want. T.O. is not Megatron. Megatron, I don't know where they made this man at. This man was made in a lab. So
he was a creative player to the nines.
He is
6'5".
How Victor Wabiyama, whatever his name is, it looks like a creative player in San Antonio right now. That's what Calvin Johnson is. But he's starting to get that now. This is more favorable. I think we saw a comment where it says, "Is Devontae this is probably the first game in all season where the discrepancy in targets was that drastic. Because I think even the Jets game, the targets were somewhat similar.
He was one off,
but
in the Jets game.
In this game, it was 5 for Devontae, 5 for Goddard, and I think 15 for AJ. But once again, if you know it's working, and you know they don't have an answer, like I'm not taking nothing away from Devontae. I'm not doing that. Devontae doesn't catch that slant and take it in like AJ does.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Devontae just isn't that type of player. And I think everything will work itself out because I think all these guys want to succeed, they want to win. Now here's a question. We go fast forward 4 months from now or 5 months from now, and they do win it all. Then what do you do? Now we all had that taste. Like now, how are the egos and things going to check themselves in, right? But that's a long ways away. And I think wasn't the first. I never forget. I made a trade in fantasy. I traded Devontae Smith for Lamar Jackson, and people laughed at me. Luke is laughing now. Not taking anything away from Devontae Smith. Lamar's been on the tear, but I think that game. I want to say, was it the first Washington game where Devontae went for the 2 tutties and he had like 150 yards?
Something like that.
That wasn't the Vikings game, was it?
It was.
Let's look it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I forget.
Because he got off to a hot start, so I think that's
right.
one.
And even
it's
now,
the Vikings game. It's the Vikings game.
The Vikings game. So he's not like he's really cooled off per se because he's had opportunities. I mean, he had a couple drop passes. You know what I mean? And that it happens, but is it still uncharacteristic of him? It's uncharacteristic. You know what I mean? But listen, between AJ, and now you got number 80 out there who looked like he's just trying to find his way. There was one like. What I saw, thank you, Mr. Rudy Poo, and the Phillies may be chokers after tonight. I saw your comment. It didn't sneak by my eye. But when I saw Julio on the outside, AJ on the outside, and Devontae in the slot, I was like, this right here. Remember, I said, why did he stop? If you could put Devontae in the slot, and
he really is going to be the Slim Reaper,
dude. Like it's at that point, it's just what can you do. And this is a fun fact I did not know. I was Sunday years old when I found this. I did not know Wes Welker was a Miami receiving coach.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I did not know. I was like, is that
he
Wes Welker on the sideline?
He used to be in San Fran. I think he came over with
McDaniel.
With McDaniel. Yeah.
You talk about crazy. Yeah, that dude has to be a couple screws loose by now.
Oh, 100. You would think, yeah.
God. Boy.
Real quick, just to touch on the Jalen Hurts thing, we did get several comments saying that they were saying it was the pepper cycle against the Patriots in week 1. So that's where it is. That's what people are saying. You know, Chris Coleman said the camera implied it was that game. So if he's had
maybe it's soreness or something, but when you get that extra support with that brace, you know what I mean, as someone who has knee issues, it definitely does help, and it takes your mind off it and lets you be more free. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if it's just something that's manageable, if it's swelling up or things of that nature, cool. I think we got Washington, Dallas, and the bye, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So two more weeks, and he can get some rest. But I mean, all right. So one bad play on defense, offense, really nothing. Lane Johnson's back in there. Sua Peta obviously played better. Go think, right? You play better when you have your sandwich in between 2 Hall of Famers, right? First ballot Hall of Famers. So
Driscoll not playing.
I think it was probably Mulata's best game, getting him out there. That I seen just from I didn't watch any all 22 yet. Mulata had a really good game. Dickerson is his thing. Dickerson's hand is not Jason Kelsey's hands. I don't know why.
He needs like extra colored gloves or something.
But, bro, like I was watching Red Zone Sunday, and I saw offensive offsides more than I ever seen. Like it's a directive from the league to start peeping out for this and start calling it, right?
Yeah.
But Terrell Edmonds, one bad play. We all sitting there yesterday. I'm at work in the office. All of a sudden, all I see is Chuck say, "We got Byard." We got who? Like,
I saw it. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Right, because we've talked. We talked about Chin. We talked about Duggar. We talked about Justin Simmons out of Denver. Kevin Byard was.
I didn't know he was available.
Not even on my radar.
Yeah, he wasn't. I think we mentioned him like once a few weeks ago. I don't know who it was that threw his name in the chat. I think we're all like, oh yeah, we would absolutely take Byard. Yeah,
right.
But that's the only time I remember us mentioning him.
But I mean, great pickup for Howie. They didn't want to pay him. They're probably going to be in a complete rebuild. You saw where Mike Vrabel was at this past weekend on their bye week. He's getting announced into the Patriots Ring of Hall of Fame. Probably the next Patriots coach at some point, or DC or something, and waiting. Yeah. So you can kind of see where their attention is at. So fifth and a sixth, is it fifth and sixth or fifth/6?
It's a fifth and a sixth.
And a
So
sixth.
fifth and a sixth and Edmonds.
Which is neither of them are our picks, by the way.
Wow. They still have 8 as of right now. They still have
8 picks next year. Still, they still have.
How crazy is that?
So, that's crazy.
We could trade a few more. I'm fine, Howie. It's okay.
I don't think he's done yet. I don't think Howie's done yet.
So how do we all overwhelmingly love the Byard pick?
Yeah.
100%. Oh yeah, perfect. He's perfect.
You're swapping out Edmonds for Byard. Like there's no downfall.
If I knew he was available, and you guys know how I ranked my wish list of safeties, Byard would have probably been second behind Justin Simmons, and not far out. Yeah,
he's a true free safety. He can play box safety. He's a true center fielder.
Yeah. He's another one who him and Simmons are perfect for what Desai does.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
I had a thing where it gave me the snap counts from last year. I'll try.
And he has. I know. I think somebody shared it yesterday in the chat, but then under contract this year had 11 million. I think Titans paid 7, so he's on the books now for 4. Has an out next year where his actual salary is 9, but his cap hit is 14. So that screams a Howie restructure, maybe 2 years with an option for a third. Mm-hmm. And then you have a premier elite safety. Hopefully he still plays at that level locked up, but a young Reed Blankenship underneath of him.
It's going to help a lot.
And then Sydney as well. So I know somebody shared, somebody shared something from JPA football where they talked about a specific play that Nakobe Dean and Sidney Brown, their aggressiveness and their speed. So when you have that, like when Gannon was here, we had young guys, right? But we didn't see them take steps forward. And within 7 games, we're seeing our younger guys take that step forward on both sides of the ball.
Davis, Jalen Carter.
Yes, on both sides of the ball. Like when we see right, you're not holding your breath when you see Fletcher Cox go down. You feel what I'm saying? Because I see Jordan Davis in the backfield on a run play, or Jordan Davis putting pressure, and then Jalen Carter is just either he's hitting the quarterback, creating pressure, or he's doing his best flop. You know what I mean? He's doing his best flop. So already got his acting skills, deserves an Oscar. But I mean, it's just once again, I say this, and I said it last week, and I know we use it as a clip. The last time this team took the field, everything is everything, and they were outclassed. And we thought that was going to be the case Sunday, especially their offense versus our defense. And our defense they came ready to play, man. And listen, going into this Sunday, I don't know if Byard's going to suit up. I hope he does. I don't know how much he's going to know, how much familiarity he has with the size offense, but I'm definitely interested to see. I want Julio to take another step forward, see him more involved, get a better grasp of the playbook, because I still think he got something left in the tank. Middlebrook, question, fellas. I asked this on the other show for the guys that said Hurts sucks. Other than Mahomes and possibly Burrow, who would you guys trade Hurts for straight up?
Mahomes.
I saw this. Yeah, I saw this on the flagship show on Sunday and answered it in the chat. He originally asked if you just excluding Mahomes. So my two were Burrow and Lamar. Those are my two. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't know if I traded for Lamar straight up.
Yeah, I don't know if I would.
I personally would. But it's close. It's very close.
If it was like last season or the season before, I say Herbert, but I don't know if I want Herbert now.
No,
is the coaching and everything else coming with it too?
What do you mean?
It's
just player for player.
But player for player, but under this coaching environment,
it's just player for player.
Yeah.
Mahomes is definitely up. Mahomes won.
Yeah, Mahomes is probably the only guy.
Yeah, that's a given. Yeah, and I said Burrow and I said Lamar.
Fringish to possibly consider it. Probably Josh Allen. Consider.
T.Y.'s about to go off. He's
because I'm still saying that's why I said in this environment, if you can coach him out of doing the dumb shit.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is why it's mostly just going to land.
And basically commit suicide by week 10.
It's just the intangibles and the leadership that comes with Jalen that you can't quantify that.
Yeah.
You can't quantify that into a player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
good.
I think the reason why I included Lamar as a yes, even though it's close, it's very close, but Lamar would be a yes for me is because you get everything from the run game just a different way. You get Lamar is the most explosive QB runner in the game. So you get that, but you get I personally think you get a better passer because I think Lamar has a better arm, and as we can see in the Ravens offense right now that's just running a West Coast offense, as we alluded to this preseason, he is playing at a high level as a pocket passer. He's doing so well there. So I would do it, but those are the only ones where I'm done in a second. So it would be those three. It would be Mahomes, Burrow, and Lamar. Everyone else, like you said, Pete, is fringes to me. Josh Allen's ceiling is absolutely higher, but then you worry about the lows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't know. Herbert is more toolsy, but then I don't trust Herbert more in the clutch over Hurts. Whenever Hurts is in a big spot, I trust Hurts. I need that. That's so important to me. Where I can be I have faith in Jalen. He's going to bounce back. I don't know that about Herbert. Who else? Lawrence still has been too inconsistent.
I would take Lawrence if I'm getting picks back.
Yeah, so it's not straight up. So that's why no, I wouldn't take Lawrence. I love
Chris Miller has to stay in Jacksonville.
If I'm getting the first or the second back, I'll do it for Lawrence. I'll do it for Lawrence. I'm even questionable on Burrow too, just because Burrow's style is so different from I can't see us brotherly shoving Burrow.
But then we'd be able to I feel like with Sirianni's background, we'd be able to do more from a concept, from a passing game concept standpoint. Do you get what I'm saying? And you have imagine all the stuff you could do with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and freaking DeAndre Swift, and now with Julio as another big body, and Dallas Goedert. From a concept standpoint, from scheming, you could do a lot more with Burrow, and you know what I mean, as a distributor. So that's why, and I think Burrow has shown he's big in the big moments.
God damn it!
Yeah, I did see it. Bullying people.
Who would be the white version of Suge Knight though?
Kingpin.
I was just going to say Kingpin.
I actually excuse me, Michael Clark Duncan is Kingpin, and Kingpin alone.
I mean, Michael Clark Duncan, God rest your soul. I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio did his thing, bro.
He did. I love
Vincent D'Onofrio, yo. Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin is so
he's good. But, Michael Clark Duncan, man.
Nah, PY, you're
so fun. He's so fun.
Underselling Vincent D'Onofrio.
I'm not underselling. I just love Michael Clark Duncan in that movie.
But no, so let's pay some bills real quick. We're gonna run our commercials. Gotta pay them. Shout out to all our sponsors. Royal, I think the Bowman has one that's still back there.
Yeah.
And then also Carlino's. So we'll be right back with you guys in about
after these messages
60 seconds or so.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor, and fun. Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
We'll be right
In our family, food is our daily bond. My Nonna, affectionately called Mama by many, found solace and joy in the kitchen, sharing her love through delicious creations. She turned her culinary passion into a flourishing business alongside her husband and sons in 1983. Celebrating 40 years is a testament to our exceptional team, friends, family, and beloved customers. With gratitude, we look forward to the future, expanding our brand to share the highest quality Italian food and wine nationwide. Our heartfelt thanks to everyone who has played a part in our story. Grazie mille.
One more.
Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion-forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics, Hats.com can help you elevate your hat John. Utilize the easy-to-use guides at Hats.com to find your perfect size and style, and shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com.
Once again, that's all the great sponsors over here at A2D. If you know a business that's looking for some sponsorship, looking to get their name out there, definitely have them contact us. We have a team. Definitely put them on. The more, the merrier. So
I love PY's little jingle. We'll be right back.
I think I'm gonna start doing it.
Can we put that? Can we save that? And
I think I'm gonna. What do you think? We start adding it every week. Just so that way people know the commercials are coming. Because we could be waiting, and you have no idea, and then it's.
Can you roll? Detach your head and roll it and swap it like they used to do? Oh man! Oh.
Yo, I need to hit up Frank for that. Yo, we need to make that happen.
I've seen it. It's a great TikTok follow. It's the 80s or something like that, and it'll take you back like the 80s and 90s. He just. From Trapper Keepers, everyone like OG commercials that he finds, like popping the VHSs in.
Well, that's where I got it from. That's like one of my favorite like internet reviewers, Nostalgia Critic, does like old school like commercial reviews, and his interchangeable stuff is after these messages.
Yeah, you got to finish it now.
It'll be right back.
Okay, the one for Crystal Pepsi, I remember that one. That was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Thank anybody who's like 25 or younger. Thank God you missed that, because that was horrible.
What about New Coke?
Oh God,
that was horrible. All right, so where we at? Week 3 around the league. What do we want to do?
The league. Week 3. Week 3.
Not week 3. I mean this week.
I was like, wait, what did we freaking miss?
Week 8. Week 8. I had the shape right. I just had to add the other half. Other half of the 3 makes it 8. So no, I mean, does it worry anyone that not only did Ryan Clark call Howie Suge Knight, but his interpretation of what Jonathan Allen's outfit is compared to when the reporter came to him? He said you had the do-rag, the glasses, the necklace on, and the open shirt. Don't approach this man, because all you're going to get is expletive. Mm-hmm. These dudes is mad. They pissed off. But I also think our team has a chip on their shoulder, not just with the new pieces. Like, nobody's put up as many points on us as they did. Mm-hmm. And they haven't looked right since. So I think we got a bone to pick too. So, and I think their offensive line is even more like hurt now. Yeah. Banged up now. Like, they have more injuries across their O-line. Like, the Giants had 6 sacks all year, and they had 5 on Sunday. You know what I mean? So, I expect to win. I don't know what the spread is, whatever else like that. But I expect to win. What say everyone else?
Yeah, I'm not worried about them at all.
Okay,
they're in a bad way.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, and it's just been the tale as long as I can remember. They always play us tough. Talking about Washington, Washington always plays us tough, no matter how good they are, no matter how bad they are, vice versa. They always play us tough. Yeah, I don't know. They're frustrated, so that might give them a little extra motivation to kind of cut the head off the snake in the division per se. But they came off a painful loss against the Giants. They looked awful last week, so they're pissed. Plain and simple, they're pissed. Now we'll see if it factors into their we'll see if it factors into their motivation, which I think it would, because it's only week 7, right? Yeah, it's only week 7, so. I'm not worried. I think it'll be close, but then I think at the second half we'll kind of separate ourselves.
Okay. Ducks.
Yeah, I think with the Commanders, it's always like they always play us close or one game. Mm-hmm. I feel that, unless I'm wrong.
You're right.
Like one game out of the season, whether it's home or away, it's always close. The other game is always not close.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong. That's just going off my memory.
That's so nice.
Like, yeah. So I feel like I'm not saying it's going to be a complete blowout, but I think this will be a more convincing win for the Eagles than the other one. I think we will tune up some things from the last matchup, and I think that we're, people might say like trap game because we had a big win against the Dolphins. I think that's more so of like, okay, that was the first one where like we need to get back on track. We need to be who we are. And I think that's what the sign is. So I think moving on from here on out, hopefully, the Eagles are just going to play a lot cleaner going forward. And I think we'll see close to their best against the Commanders. They're gonna fight. They're gonna give us, division rival. They're gonna give us a tough one. But I think for the most part, we'll be in control of the game. I think we'll be up for the most part by 2 scores through the majority of the game. And then, seal it and close it out late by running the clock, as we did so often last year. So that's how I see it.
Okay. All right. So, trade for Kevin Byard. First 2-part question: do you think we're done? And then
hell no.
Around the league, because the trade deadline is October 31st. Who else do we think gets traded?
I don't know. I'm 50-50 on the Eagles being done. I don't know. I think it depends. I think I could see Howie being like, I like who we have because he brought in Julio. So it kind of that's your answer at wide receiver 3. I think that on the defensive side, he might see Bradley Roby and Eli Ricks as saying, hey, like I'm confident in either of those two to be the slot guy. So I could see him making an argument for that, we're good there. So I'm 50-50 on it. I think it depends on who's available at what price, but I can see it either way, whether we're done or not. I think for the one trade I really want to see, and I tweeted this out a few days ago, and I showed you guys, I think, I really, really, really want to see the Seahawks trade for one of the premier pass rushers that are available, whether it be Brian Burns, Chase Young, or Daniil Hunter. One of those 3. I would love the Seahawks because as we saw, we're starting to see the Seahawks, they're playing well. And I think the missing piece they need is that they need another pass rusher. So I think if they get one, they're going to be right there. I still think they can win that division. We've seen the Niners falter, and we've seen the Seahawks start to get it together. And I think I really want to see that for the Seahawks. And man, if they do, oh my God, because that their defense, their secondary is amazing. I don't know if you guys have watched Devin Witherspoon. Oh my God, guy is I don't mean this literally. I mean it figuratively, but one of these days he's gonna kill someone. Freaking he is insane. I think it's him.
I didn't think he was that hard of a hitter. He's a thumper,
bro. Pete, he is lightning in a bottle. I really do think that it's between him and Jalen Carter right now for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Those two are just light years ahead of everyone else. So it's amazing. So much fun.
So you're saying Henry to the Seahawks?
Henry?
No.
I think if I'm going to see Henry get traded, I want to see him get traded to the Ravens. I think the Ravens need to say that. I think the Ravens need a running back, and
but because Chucks is the king of his bad juju, he's going to end up here.
No,
he's going to end up here just because. Did you see the twitch?
A twitch.
Your eye twitched when I said it. Just a little bit.
Oh, you twitched. Oh, I could see him go either Buffalo too.
I would like him to see him in Buffalo. I wouldn't mind seeing him there.
Buffalo too. There's really not any sneak. The Lions may need him because they're just. I don't know how long they're going to be out. But outside of that, there's really not another contender that I feel like it would need to make a move such as that. You know what I mean? And the Dallas has already come out and said that they're not doing anything. I think Henry and Dallas too.
He made 2 trades. It's two trades too much.
Would be sufficient as well. Because they need something to spell Tony Pollard.
Yeah,
this ain't it.
No,
he's elite. You got to understand that.
This is a.
No, he's not. They're not. They're done.
That's why I literally just
They
said
already
it.
made 2 trades this year. That's they're not doing anymore.
Before we hop into PY5, I want to give this man his flowers real quick. Fastest ever to 81 sacks, and we sat here. We talked about. I know we talked about TJ and JJ Watt. Listen, when it's all said and done, Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett is
he's ridiculous.
Arguably the best defensive player in the game, along with Micah Parsons. It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, and Aaron Donald. I'm sorry.
And he doesn't get talked about enough.
Because he's in Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly. If he was in any other market, he'd be talked about nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's.
But no one cares because he's in Cleveland.
But meanwhile, Nick Bosa has 2.5 sacks and nobody says anything.
After a contract.
Well, Nick Bosa's been good against the run, though. He has.
Yeah,
I get you. You want
$40
him
million to be good against the run.
Yeah, and he's
He's
getting
Jason Babin.
He's getting pressure, but he's not getting sacks. So I don't want to completely flash him, but
you are.
Yeah, I do.
I'm right.
You're wrong, but I do see like he's not playing up to expectations. But I don't think let's calm down. I don't think he's been sucking. He's just hasn't been getting the production, which sometimes is fickle. You know what I mean? Like you have with sacks, it's like it's tough because you could be the one getting all the pressure, and because you have to go through double teams or triple teams. Like you're not finishing because of everything you have to go through. Like look at everything TJ Watt has to go through. So, I don't think he's as bad. So Andy Ritter has news.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
Okay.
All right, we're waiting.
Yeah, we are waiting, sir. You trust me. You can't trust me and then not say it.
Let's put it on there.
Yeah, we only have 14 minutes left.
Jake is an absolute clown.
Is that your news?
That's it. That's it. Like everyone knows.
I knew it was going to be about me.
Why? Why are you a crown?
It's on brand for Andy. I didn't do anything. It's just on brand for Andy.
It's on brand for Andy.
PY5. Let's hit it.
Let's do the
to the board.
The board is
topic?
up.
What's your topic this week?
Still QBs because I got a little shenanigans still.
Oh, okay. But better make it worth it.
Yeah, you.
Have press PY this week.
That's how we have to. That's how we have to word it because that's literally him.
All right, let's do switcheroo now. Come on, put the king on top.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's fine. No, he should get on top. That's fine.
Pause.
Thank you for letting me assert my dominance. I appreciate you.
Wow. Pause.
All righty then. Well, I was very impressed by this guy. What is it? I can't be mean to. I thought I said PY. Now everyone picks on PY. So Jake, all you do.
Yeah.
Everyone is mean to me. He's right. It's a factual statement. But you know what? Number 5. He was just impressive to see a quarterback on this team actually win decisively. I'm just impressed. Tyler Bagonet, come on down.
Wow.
Who the heck is Tyler
I thought you were
Bagonet?
going somewhere completely different with that.
So did I.
Wait, who is Tyler Bagonet?
The quarterback of the Chicago Bears.
You mean Tyler? Oh my God.
I want to say Beignet. That's what
I thought it was. I thought it was Beignet.
I think it's Benjin or something like that.
I think it's Bajin, but he totally added like so many syllables. A bunch of syllables.
No, in true Philly fashion.
How hard is it to pronounce Bagent? Bagonet.
I said Bagnet.
Bagnet.
You said Bagonet.
I'm going to call him Bagnet.
Hey, it's an extra letter. What do you want from me, man?
You said it's an extra letter.
It's an extra letter. It's fine.
All right. Number 4.
No. Just when you think I'm out, just when you think the mania is over, just when you think it's safe in Indianapolis, Minshew Mania's running wild, brother.
He actually deserves to be a little higher, but it depends on who you see.
He did really good this week.
He was really good.
Yes.
Sick bag of net.
With an eye. With an eye.
Sorry.
Bag of net.
Put the eye in there somewhere so people can see it.
Bag of net. Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Oh, God.
Number 3. Another great performance by our own Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
I actually would have had him if it wasn't for that interception. I probably would have had him a lot higher.
A lot, as in, like, so that means number 1?
Yes.
He only goes up a little too much.
You can only go up so much more from 3.
Maybe he'll just get his. Maybe it'll be like Wright's List, where he just like he's above the mountain.
No.
Number 2. Speaking of Chuck Sky, his one true love, Lamar Jackson.
Good, thank you. I was really worried you weren't going to have him on.
Okay, I know.
I was really worried you weren't going to have him on.
I know.
You may get the biggest reaction out of me if you go where I think you're going.
I know where you're going. Number 1. I know exactly where you're going.
He won't be, but I know the person who deserves.
There's one person that I'm okay with being at number 1. If it's not him and he's not even in 5, he's top 5. It's going to be a travesty. But go ahead.
There's only one. You know, there's only one guy who could be number 1, and that's Mahomes.
Actually, I wasn't even thinking. I
wasn't even thinking Mahomes either.
Who'd you think?
I was thinking Kirk. I thought you were going to go Kirk.
No.
Kirk Cousins put every prime time anything to rest last night.
I mean,
Kirk Cousins played the game of his life. He just beat the Niners.
No, that's where I thought Pete was going. I thought Pete.
I would have been okay with Kirk at 1.
Oh, he's going Kirk,
but he's not even. He's not
You
even.
could have
top
said
5.
coupons. You had so much material that you could have used right now. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
No, I thought as good as Kirk was, I thought it was more the Niners being dumb than what he was doing.
It's the Niners. They had 0 sacks.
What were you watching?
They have $100 million invested in their defensive line, and they have 0 sacks. They made the Vikings O-line look like us last night.
Mm-hmm.
And Kirk was even there are so many plays where Kirk was
still
around.
There's no winning with you people. When I have him at 1, I'm crazy. When I have Mahomes at 1, I'm a cuckoo. Like, what is it? Like, I don't understand.
I would take out Gardner Minshew. You have bag of net.
You
phenomenal game.
He should have been at
5. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Okay.
God. We all know why you have bag of net at 5.
Bag of net.
What are you talking about? He's helping Chicago to see what it's like to win games.
We all know why you have Tyler's bag of net at 5.
That was an impressive win.
Oh God!
No one had them winning.
I mean, he was going.
Did anyone have the Vikings beating the Niners in prime time?
No shot.
Exactly.
Great game though. Great game.
Oh, phenomenal game.
Phenomenal. These shenanigans. If I hope we can say this by the end of tonight, approximately around 10:30ish,
11 probably.
All can be singing Callum Scott's cover of Robin's song. The original artist's name is Robin. Mm-hmm. We all can be dancing on our own. Game 7, first time in Philly's history. I'm juiced right now, dude. Like playoff baseball, playoff football are 2 different things.
Oh, totally different.
Playoff football is frustrating. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. Playoff baseball, dude, like blood pressure goes up at least 10 points on each number.
In the last 2 years, like with playoff baseball back, you're like, we all love the Eagles and we're all excited, but ooh, that Philly's high. Oh my!
Just playoff baseball in general, like Pete said, there's a different vibe about it. It's just
toxic.
Different.
As someone who doesn't watch baseball during regular season and watching it in the playoffs, like but playoff baseball is totally different. I can sit and watch it and be on the edge of my seat. I think it's the case. Like, I'm not taking away from baseball. I think that's the case where like play is really elevated in postseason. I think that's the case for 3 of the 4 majors: baseball, hockey, and football. I think you get just a totally different experience and level of play where it's significantly elevated in those playoffs. I mean, like I know none of you really watch hockey, but like playoff hockey, you could argue is the best out of the four. Like playoff hockey is intense like no other. But like, yeah, with football and with baseball, it's the elevated level of intensity and edge of your seat entertainment is absolutely there. I'm excited. I really, again, I think I said it before the show. It's kind of weird. I'm the only one that's being optimistic here out of all four of us. I'm like, I think we win. I think we win, guys.
Because it's like it's the most Philadelphia thing to where you had it in your hands. You had game 3 in your hands. You had game 4 in your hands. Squandered it away. Okay, no big deal. You should have won yesterday. You didn't. Your bats went to sleep. Whatever. Now you're in game 7, the first ever, mind you, in the 140-year history of the Phillies to ever have a game 7 in the playoffs, which I don't know how to feel, but it's the most Philadelphia thing to where it's been a great series so far, and you just squander a 2-0 lead and you lose in 7. I hope we don't. I really hope we don't, but it's anybody's game right now. It's anybody's series right now. So
it's not this third right here. It's not us. It's all on his
P-Wise. It's P-Wise 5.
That's not.
It's P-Wise 5.
I don't want to argue that.
People's going to argue. He's like, hey, you know what? Nah. You know what? Nah. I'm not gonna.
I think we have some of Jake's notes left over, so I think this might be his fault.
That wasn't my fault.
But no, I mean, special consideration should go out to the Cousins and also Mac Jones. I mean,
yeah.
It should be both over Tyler Baggett.
I don't know.
It's just guys. I looked up his stats. Baggett had 162 yards passing and 1 touchdown.
And you put your name on that.
You put your name.
He was impressive. He was impressive.
Oh my God.
What was
he did what Justin Fields can't do. Win.
So
there it is. And there it is. There's
it's not my fault. He was more impressive.
There's the hidden agenda right there.
There's no hidden agenda. It's just facts. Straight, cold, hard facts.
Listen, I had Anthony in one league. I had Anthony Richardson and Justin Fields my quarterback.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I traded Jake knows. I had Anthony Richardson, but my team in our dynasty league, like for some reason, somehow is now a competitor. So I had to speed up my timeline. So I had to trade Richardson. I did get Stroud back. So I traded Richardson for Stroud, but I would rather have Richardson in the long run. But if my team is ready to win now, I have to have a quarterback. So I had to trade for Stroud. I had to do it. But yeah, so no Bears pass. Yeah. Anything else? Real quick hitters for week 7 around the league. I do want to say I alluded to it before. Ravens handily blowing out the Lions.
Yeah, that's surprising.
No Don tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredible. So I think we're starting to see the Ravens put together. And again, guys, the Ravens were my Super Bowl pick for the AFC. So my Super Bowl representative. I'm very high on them. I'm glad to see that. We already talked about the Niners. The Niners floundering. 2 weeks now, we're starting to see the limitations of Brock Purdy.
Into a frog again.
Brock Purdy. This week I'm not sure. Who do they have in week 8?
Are they? They're not on a bye, are they?
Hold on, I can tell you soon because I still have Ayuk in my one league. So the Niners are playing
Bengals.
The Bengals. Oh, that'll be a good game.
That's Sunday night.
Go, Joe!
That should be a good game.
No, that's not Sunday night football, is it?
No,
it's 4:25.
No, 4:25. 4:25.
Okay.
This is the worst Sunday night football matchup that I don't understand.
What is this week's?
It's the Bears. And I want to say not Packers.
Is it Commanders?
Chargers,
Broncos?
I think. It's the Chargers.
Yeah,
at least we got one good team. One entertaining team. I won't say good.
I was gonna say.
Sorry, this is a team that can be entertaining.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they good? I don't know.
Freaking Brandon, freaking Staley. Jesus.
Yes.
God.
But
God.
yeah, I don't know.
But
anything else? Any other Week 7 takeaways?
No, that is all I have.
I think the Eagles defense is going to keep getting better. I think as guys get healthier and healthier. So fingers crossed for that.
Shout out to the best and most entertaining game of the week, by the way, which was the freaking Browns and the Colts. Who saw that?
That was a great game.
Yeah, that was a great game. Awesome. But yeah, I'm good. I think we hit on everything.
Yep, go Phillies.
Go Phillies.
A2D on everything, for life. All socials, all Phillies, all day, every day.
Also, stay tuned after the Phillies game. I think they are doing a post game, so keep an eye out for that.
I will be a part of.
You either be celebrating or crying.
Yeah.
So,
hopefully,
it's gonna be really happy. I'm gonna be really happy. I'm gonna be really upset. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's hope we're celebrating. Come on,
Yes.
we got it. We got this, guys. I'm confident.
Alrighty.
We can't do it on our own.
I'm confident.
Grease those poles, baby.
Wait, Pete, are you bringing us home?
Well, this is it. You did it already.
Okay, so no. I didn't know.
I thought it was out.
I thought you were doing more. You usually do more with the sign off. So
Go Phils. Dance on our own in about 3 hours. Phillies for life. A2D. Your boy OGP. Jake. PY. Chucks. We out.